Hey guys, just wanted to hop on and just share a little bit of what's been coming through me in relationship to just the global happenings as it pertains to the Middle East. And what's been coming through me is just that WAR is not particularly new on this planet, and is it innovative or intelligent even. The tactics, the methodologies, the ideologies, the belief structures, the people who benefit, the people who suffer, the template of it, the mindset, the mentality of it. All of these things are as old as life itself, right? Life on this planet when we went deeply into polarity and duality. It's always existed, and its use, who's used, who's exploited, the provocateurs, the people who are subjected to the agendas and the conspiracies and the plots. The people involved are not different. It's always this way. It's always the loss of innocent life. It's always the people who benefit and provoke and create are the ones who continue living and who continue profiting and who continue benefiting and who continue creating and provoking and causing new scenarios where war is inevitable or likely or manipulated and proposed as solution or encouraged as solution. So the way that it evokes the limbic brain in humanity, the fight or flight response in humanity, the trauma in humanity, this is nothing new. This is, like I said, this is as old as you and I on this planet, right? And I mean you and I as in relationship to humanity. So if it is the fact or the case that this template is used, it's recycled over and over and over again, it needs what it needs in order to sustain. It needs what it needs in order to continue what's the word to continue morphing, right? We have weather wars, we have information wars, we have psychological wars, we have energy wars, we have human battle wars, we have all of these different types of wars. We have health and wellness wars. And this is something that has been going on. This is nothing new, right? We've been engaged in war for the last forever. We've never not been in a war, if you know what I mean. And it happens in the world, it happens in our minds, it happens in our bodies, in our spirits, in our hearts, in our relationships, in our families, in our communities. It's happening all the time, everywhere. And like I said, this is nothing new. It's an old, reused template that is ancient, it's predictable, it's somewhat obvious to a lot of us. And I think I would venture to say that most of you are aware that these wars are manufactured They are created. They are being profited by certain people and groups. And I think most of us are aware of this scenario. And although it doesn't take away the pain and suffering that seeing innocent life being destroyed and taken. It doesn't take away the pain of that, and it doesn't ease the suffering of that. However, it begs the question. It engages us to start thinking and to really begin witnessing. Okay, if this is nothing new, if this is nothing innovative, if the template and methodologies and tactics and all these things are, known, let's say, or able to be seen, what can we do? How can we show up in a new way? And how can we bring in what's new? How can we bring in what's innovative? How can we bring in something that can change and alter the course of our reality and our circumstances here on this planet? And I think so many of us right now are asking this question of ourselves and of each other. And it's lovely to see people coming together in prayer and song and love and holding hands and togetherness. So these are all amazing things that we can do. And what I want to suggest is that the new, the innovative, the intelligent is held in our capacity and ability to bring in more God source information, more divinity, our higher self information, our higher self wisdom, our higher self perspectives, the source code that flows through us in creativity and in inspiration. Like, these are the qualities that are unknown. These are the qualities that do not exist yet or have not existed yet on the planet. These are the new divinely encoded pieces of information or inspirations that, when we can open ourselves up to receive these things in prayer, in meditation, in whatever way you connect to your divinity or to God, when we can open ourselves up to these things and allow that inspiration and guidance to move us through action, through creation, through whatever we feel that inspired action, that inspiration to do, if we can do these, and we can do it individually and together, and act on whatever this inspiration and information, this new garnered information, if we can act on that and bring that more into our reality, into this into life and what we're creating here, what we're birthing on the planet, this is where and how things will change, and this is where and how we can create and alter what's been going on since the beginning. We have that ability, and right now the consciousness on the planet is so great, and I just keep seeing everyone I keep seeing is aware and seeing things for what they are, for the most part, and we need you. We need people like you who can see what's going on and know that this is not going to end until we say we're not going to participate in this game anymore. And I know that's easier said than done, especially, for those of us who aren't in the actual situation where we're being gunned down and bombed and all of that. Like, obviously, we have a different role to play in all of this. And we all know, each of us, well, most of us, I'd say, know, we all are connected, on this quantum level, and nothing is separate. So everything, that exists is connected by this collective energetic field. And so it's not like it's happening to one group or one place or one thing over there. It is, in a way. Obviously, it's more like it's more 3D, or like physical of an experience for those in certain places. And in a way, we can feel powerless to do anything for people in those scenarios. And I totally get that. And so what I'm suggesting is, for those of us who maybe are not as close to that as other people. So what can we do? What can our role be? What can our responsibility be? My suggestion, like I said, is to do what you can to get into a place of receptivity, of openness, of clarity, and to receive the wisdom of the divine, of God, of source, as it flows through you and to you, and move from that place. Because that's the information, like I said, that does not exist on our planet yet, that has not existed on our planet yet. That's the information that is needed right now. Those are the inspired actions that are needed right now. That's the creative force that is needed right now. So I don't know what that might be for you. I don't know what that might be for anybody. I can only tune into that for myself and encourage you guys to do the same thing. So maybe it's starting a support circle. Maybe it's starting a prayer group. Maybe it's like, for what I felt inspired to offer 3 free sessions, one-on-one sessions, to help people integrate their shadow and their unconscious. So it can be whatever you feel called for it to be. And this is how things will change. So this is my perspective. This is how things will change when we can, as a collective, tune in, open ourselves to the divine, open ourselves to our higher wisdom, not bypassing our emotional or our psychological stuff. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting integration and intentional focus and sitting with our desire and sincere heart to open to receive God's wisdom, God's love, and the new information that wants to be birthed through you and through us as humanity as a whole. Okay, so that's my little 2 cents on this, and I hope it served whatever purpose that is meant to serve. But anyway, I'm sending you all love and best wishes, and let's stay together and move together as a collective in harmony and peace as much as possible. Let's do that within ourselves. Let's do that within our relationships and our families and our communities, and starting there. And as we all know, my dog's hungry, as you can hear. And as we all know, as within, so without. So this is really the inner work in order to see the outer external reality unfold in that same mirroring, that same energetic of harmony and peace within us. And another thing I just want to add before I say goodbye is that this is the end of the road for these energies that are on the planet. This is their attempts to get as much as they can before they are no longer able to. So what we're seeing here is exposure. It's not them having more power. It's them being exposed for who and what they are, and also the aggression that comes when something's dying in a corner. So I just want to say let's also keep in mind that like it might get a bit dark and scary before the beast takes its final breath, but that is inevitable. It shall take its final breath, and we each have a part to play in that. So just want to say sending you love, and yeah, please message me if you have any questions, or if you are interested, if you saw my post and you are interested in doing a free one-on-one session with me to do some integration and shadow work. Okay, sending you all love.